Hey guys, this is Friday Ellis with Governor Cigar and Pipe, and we're proud to be teaming up with our friends at Washington Wine and Spirits. So y'all come on in, let's see today's pairing.
What's up, everybody? This is Shane from Washington Wine and Spirits, coming to you from the heart of downtown Monroe. I'm sitting here with Mr. Friday Ellis. Obviously, you just saw we were over at Governor's having a great time. We're here to talk to you about our first ever cigar pairing of the week. And this week, I'll introduce the spirit, which is the Papas Pilar Dark. This is a 24-year-old Solera Method rum, finished in a combination of ex-bourbon barrels, ex-sherry barrels, ex-port barrels to create just one of the most absolutely delicious rums I think you can find for the price. It's actually really affordable as well. Beautiful notes of butterscotch.
Get that big on the nose.
Big almond, you know, there's a lot of nuttiness to it. You do taste the bourbon. And so Friday, tell us about the cigar that we're pairing with this week.
So I chose the Tatajue Negociant. Comes out of the My Father factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Really good cigar. A lot of times when people do pairings, they want to grab something really big and bold. But what I like about rum is the fact that, again, it's a little more delicate what we were talking about, these cast strength bourbons and things like that a lot of people with. So I paired it, I kind of took it down a notch on the strength, not necessarily in the body, but I thought it paired well. So this is Nicaraguan fillers. It's got Mexican and Nicaraguan binders, and it's finished off with this Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper, which gives it a touch of creaminess. You get a little bit of pepper on it. And when I tell people, it's kind of like the sweetness I get from Connecticut shades are almost like that residual sweetness you get from like coffee creamer, real oily. A little oily, a little bready sweetness to it, and I like it, and it pairs well with this
absolutely
rum.
So Friday, you know, a lot of people may not understand how to appropriately taste a cigar with even coffee, maybe.
Right. One of my favorite pairings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How would you suggest them go about that? So do you believe you should take a sip and then take a pull, or should you take a pull then take a sip? What's the order that you like to go through?
You know, I always tell people to kind of not make it so intimidating when we think about these things. I say do what you're comfortable with. Like I really got opened up to tasting cigars when a friend of mine, Michael Walter, he's the national sales director for Ashton, and he brought almonds and he brought dark chocolate and he brought cigars and he had some Redbreast, I believe, and he says, okay, this is how we're gonna do it.
My favorite Irish whiskey.
Well, he's like, hey, just get into that almond, mash it up in your mouth, right, then take a draw. And it really brought out some of the similar tasting notes in that. And then now we moved to the dark chocolate and did the same thing and moved on to the Redbreast. And man, and you pick up the same note. So you get that chocolate nature whenever you bite into that dark chocolate, and you'll get some of that, you know, that sweetness from that whiskey. So
I got it in there really nicely. I did it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Put a little in my mouth and then I inhaled the cigar and then blew it back out through the rum. It tasted delicious, but it was kind of dangerous.
We won't hold it against you.
For a second there, I was, you know, you would think I would know how to do this, but for a second there, it was kind of I might cough.
And you know, we touched earlier about the parallels between bourbon making and with wine making. How even especially with wine too, it's hand planted, hand harvested, fermented, and then you have and from that it's put together, and then you have that finished product. Rum, of course, is an excellent pairing with it. That sweetness to balance out a little bit of that oakiness, that pepperiness. Really good. I love this pairing, rum and cigars. Wonderful pairing.
Absolutely.
And I always try to pair up things that cleanse your palate, right? Yep. And that's you know, coffee is another one of those things. Rum, bourbon.
What I would say is, from having everything kind of sit and everything's kind of melding together now. You're gonna get a lot. There's that kind of there is a roasted coffee kind of flavor that sits on your tongue, paired with some sweet. There's a little bit of almost like a lactose flavor, like you would get from maybe like milk chocolate in there.
Right.
That's just what's sitting.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. You're not getting a harshness of tobacco where it feels like, oh, my tongue's.
Right.
I've had a little too much here already, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Everything is in perfect complement to each other.
It is, and I always tell people just let that finish linger, right? Let it linger. And I don't know about you, but when I drink something, I'm always like washing around my mouth, hitting all parts of my palate, Yeah, and I'm the same way with cigars, and it's man, I tell you, they're a beautiful compliment. And again, I appreciate you having me on, and the beautiful compliment here is small business working together, promote each other here.
We're working together. We're getting together. We're going to Governors. Governors is coming to us. We're trying to create some small business synergy, and Friday is one of our absolute favorite people in the city, and we couldn't think of a better person to do our first kind of joint venture with someone than you.
Yeah,
you're
celebrate all of our vices. Right?
Celebrate your vices.
That's right. How do you not trust somebody? How do you trust somebody that doesn't have a vice?
It's like going to the chef ain't fat. What's going on?
Absolutely.
Right. He doesn't have to be like obese, but he got a little bit of a belly. What are we doing here?
Right. And Shane, what I appreciate about you too is, when I was approaching wine for the first time, you almost took that intimidation factor out of it. And when I found that when they were open in Washington and that you were going to be there with them, I was like, that's a great deal, because I love the way you approach wine here. When you walk in the door, you feel welcome. You feel like any question is not off bounds.
It's the same feeling I get when I gotta go. So, what would you say, Friday, the final word is? We've got the Papas Pilar rum, 24 years old, made in conjunction with the Hemingway Society. Absolutely delicious. We're talking big, bold flavors, chocolate, coffee. We've got some fruit flavors, a lot of vanilla that's really caramelized. There's a beautiful caramel butterscotch note going on there.
Right.
What would you say makes this pairing work so well?
I think it's a combination of whatever you said. All these flavors through the cigar, through the rum, they marry. And the best part about this conversation is what we're doing right here, friend. Sitting down with each other and talking life, promoting each other's businesses, and this, and that's exactly what this is made for. So, again, to make it easy, whatever you like drinking, whatever cigar you like, put it together, try yourself, and see what we're talking about here.
At the end of the day, more deals have been made probably over a glass of something, of a spirit, and with a smoke, more so than probably any other thing in history. At the end of the day, cigars, whiskey, rum, wine, beer, what is it? It's a form, it's an invitation to conversation.
It's a catalyst to bigger things.
It's a catalyst to bigger things.
Yeah.
So we invite you, come down to the shop. We have the Papas Pilar rum. Get down to 3rd Street, go to Governor's, check out their amazing selection in the humidor. And they not only have cigars, we might even go and do a pipe pairing one day. Maybe we can do some pipe tobacco. We're gonna be doing these pairings once a week. We hope you enjoy them. As always, we do ask you to give us a comment below. Let us know what you think of these videos. Go check out the Governor's Facebook page, check out their website, give them a like, give them a follow. Keep up with all they're doing, because they do amazing things. They always have great events. Friday's putting on block parties. He's doing it big. Check out the Washington Wine and Spirits YouTube channel. Check out our Facebook page. Give us a follow. Give us a comment. As always, we thank you for letting us be your spirits guides here at Washington Wine and Spirits. What's the tagline for Governors, my man?
Lay it on me.
We're leaving that in.
That's awesome.
Support Good Times in Monroe, aka Funroe. Also, feel free, go check it out. It was in a little clip in the beginning of this video. Friday's got the Funroe merch down at Governor's. It's awesome. Celebrate the city. This city is fun. It's what you make it. We know we're doing it big. We know there's plenty going on. Let's celebrate. Let's have a good time. Get you a stick. Get you a drink. And have a good conversation. And have a good weekend.